This education moment is brought to you by BNI Podcast episodes 764, 765, and 766. Dr. Ivan Misner has been producing a weekly podcast since 2007. If you were to start with episode 1 and listen to them in chronological order, you would get interesting insights into the changes in BNI and in Dr. Misner's thinking over the years. More importantly, you would gain a deeper appreciation for the underlying principles that Dr. Misner considers unchanging. And this is why the core value in BNI is traditions plus innovations. The traditions preserve what we are doing and why we are doing it. The innovations adapt how we do it as technology and the business environment evolve. Now, I am not recommending that anyone should do that. Literally listen to every single podcast in order. But I am saying that if someone were to do that for you, they would have a clear picture of what makes BNI in Ivan's mind. One thing that Dr. Misner teaches us is that we should network continuously, but always with respect for the context. For example, we should never give our business card to someone at a funeral. But offering to be helpful in ways other than selling our services is always appropriate, and that offer of help builds social capital. In episode 765, Dr. Misner describes the elevator pitch and advises us to never give the elevator pitch in an elevator. Donald Miller, the author of Building a Story Brand, calls this the one-liner. It is a memorized, but hopefully not robotically regurgitated, summary of what your business does for your ideal customer. The elevator pitch shares your unique selling proposition. And in BNI, it might be the weekly presentation that you give on a visitor's day as an overview of how you help people. In many of the podcasts, Dr. Misner talks about the weekly presentation from various perspectives. Episodes 764 and 766 are a summary of one approach to writing effective weekly presentations. So here is the interactive portion of today's education moment. The 4 elements of an effective weekly presentation are: identify the referral you're requesting, describe what you do for that person, talk about the result you achieve for them, and provide a plan for making the referral. On your paper, describe your ideal customer. What are their demographics? What are they planning? What do they brag or complain about? What are their goals or their wishes? What problems are they trying to solve? How does a person who doesn't have your industry experience detect that problem? Next, write about the problem that you solve for that person. What is the worst thing that would happen if they didn't solve the problem? What is the best thing that would happen if they did solve the problem? Now talk about results. What would their life look like after you solve the problem for them? Do you have testimonial proof? Do you have case studies? Finally, how would one of us make the referral for you? Do you want an email or a text introduction? Is a passive introduction acceptable? Here is the contact info. You're welcome to call them. Or would it best be to host a face-to-face activity, a level 5 referral? And that is my application of BNI Podcast 764, 765, and 766. I'm Keith. I'm the bald guy. I do marketing with The Lead Leader.